We are live, I believe. Hopefully everything worked well. Alright. Hello. And welcome to... I feel like my mic's a little... what if I bring it down just a little bit? Okay. Hello. And welcome to my first NFL mock draft stream. I love talking football, and the NFL draft is upon us, and I figured what better place to, share my knowledge and give my best guess as to what is going to happen. Mock drafts are fun. They, you can just make up whatever you want, and no one really is close most of the time anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. But I did get I want to say I got 8 picks right last year, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. 8 picks right in the right spot and right player and everything. And then there were 4 others that traded and got to the same one. I know the Cowboys was one where they traded, and I still got the pick right because it was Tyler Guyton. So anyway, I've been doing a lot of research on this year's class, and I want to share some of that knowledge, and I want to put my best guess out there into the world and see how close I am. And I want it on record how close I am so that I can come back later on and brag about it. So I will be doing, let me see if I can get this. There we go. Let's exit out of this ad. There we go. Okay, got that pulled up, and I'll probably be watching some NBA later as well. Let me get out my prospect notes. My prospect notes are just notes that I have on my notes app on my phone, and it's just divided by position, and I have the top 5 to 6 guys in every position, except for receiver. Got a few more of those, got 8 receivers, I want to say, maybe 10. I don't know. I got a shit ton. Bunch of DTs. This is a really good DT class. This is a really good DT class. It's a great running back class. Edges, it's alright, and it's got some good ones at the top, but very similar builds for a lot of them. Obviously, receivers a weak section for this one, but we all kind of knew that already. You got Travis Hunter at the top, and then it's kind of nobody else. But yeah, quarterback, obviously a weak class as well. Offensive line, not the worst, not the best though. I mean, there's no Joe Alt, but there hardly ever is in, year-to-year basis. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting on things to finish getting set up. I'm hoping that all this is looking well. I want at least one person to join so I can see if everything is sounding okay and looking okay before I commit and start getting this underway. Yo, what up, Seth? I've been in my chat. OMG, I've been chatting this whole time in my chat. Nice. That's so funny. Okay, yeah, Seth, you are a mod. Hell yeah. Instead of been chatting, my bro's been talking to himself the whole time. Yeah, I was here from the start being like, OMG, it's Jubilation. Hey, it's the thought that counts, man. I appreciate that. Oh, that's funny. Alright. Everything sounded good though? Everything, you know, looking good. Let me switch to the game capture. Hell yeah. Or the screen capture. I think this works pretty well for what I'm doing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. Got this pulled up. All right, let me get my notes back out. I don't know where to put these. I'm just gonna put them right there. About to run up some Ballatro. Got you dual streaming on YouTube with some smooth jazz on. Hell yeah. Bro, I love Ballatro. Is that on Steam? Is that part of the Papa Zen that I play? Papa Zen that I'll black out. Fuck it, I'm blowing it back out. Let me switch back to this before I start scrolling on my stream or on my Steam. It is. Ooh, I might have to play some Ballatro at some point. Is it part of the family thing that we're in? Can I play it on there? Is there a way to play it for free? Let's split it. Oh shit, I'm down. Wait, do you not have it? If you have it already, I don't want to make you buy it again. I don't have it. If I did, you would too. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I'm down. Shut up. I'll cash up you $5 right now. I'm sure I'd play it at some point. I only played it the one time. With Drew. Shit, let me cash up you right now. $5. Bet. Cashed up to 5. I didn't see it in, oh, there it is. Oh my god, that was loud. Could you hear that? Or was that just me? Shit scared me. That was loud. Okay, yeah, no, I figured. Oh, this shit's 13.49. We sent you a couple more. Would you be getting it through Steam? Two more bucks going. Nah, I want to support the guy. The guy who made it? Is that what you're talking about? I'm also buying Overcooked, which I know it does nothing for you, but I'm also buying a game called Moving Out. It looks pretty fun. Yeah, you know how I feel about Overcooked. Moving Out. I feel like... Huh. This looks like a frustrating game for sure. Well, I should probably like share my screen, maybe. That's fine. Yeah, it looks like an interesting game. Looks fun. Looks like a rage-inducing game as well. Physics-based simulators always are gonna be frustrating. Okay. Let's see. Switch back to this. I've been on my forcing my friends to play frustrating physics-based games arc. As someone who played Heavenly Bodies with you, I understand, and I see what you mean. I see what you mean for sure. It started with Heavenly Bodies. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, Heavenly Bodies was fun. It just was frustrating as well. Like, I had fun, but I also hated every second of it. Like, if that makes sense. Where the whole time I just was struggling. And nothing was going well. That's how I felt for, like, all of it. But it was also fun at the same time. I wanted to wait until Drew got on before I started the draft, because I know he wants to hear about some of these prospects. Oh, let me definitely install Volatro real quick. Somewhere beyond the sea, waiting for me. Do, 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 do. Tony's draft room. Everyone left the room? Okay, never mind. Get out of here with these ads. Okay, I'm getting antsy, so I think I'm gonna start because I really want to get this first mock in. Just get warmed up, you know, get started, get it going. Might as well. Let's see, everything look good. Enter draft. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Looks good in stream. Let's zoom in a little bit. Just a little more. Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, here we go. First pick of the 2025 NFL Draft. Titans have a few selections here, you know. They came out earlier in the draft process. Let's go. Yes, sir. So the Titans came out early in the draft process and they said they wanted someone generational. That's what their phrasing was. And it's, whenever you hear that in this draft class, it's hard not to think of, you know, the blue chippers, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, even someone like Mason Graham, Ashton Jinty. But at the same time, it sounds more like that's just kind of filler, and that's just kind of him talking to talk. I don't really trust that they are gonna go pure talent in this case, especially considering the lack of moves that they've made so far this offseason. So I think that, you know, earlier in the year I said Abdul Carter. I think they're going to go with Cam Ward. I think that, you know, he's the best quarterback in this draft class. I think that they need a quarterback very badly, and so I think that they're going to go with him with their first overall pick. 6'2", 220. He's not the, you know, most accurate guy. He doesn't have the biggest cannon or anything, but he's got pretty good arm power, and he is not afraid to like sling it. He's a bit of a gunslinger. He likes to throw it downfield. He's very calm under pressure. That's probably his biggest strength, is his kind of chill manner under pressure. A lot of people kind of make fun of him for that. It's the whole, you know, walking out of bounds and stuff, and he always looks like he's walking everywhere and moving in slow motion. But that's a real big superpower when it comes to, you know, quarterbacks. You want to be composed and calm in the pocket, and I think that he's very good at that sort of, you know, that sort of style of standing in there, and of quarterbacking, of standing in there and just, like, you know, dissecting the play around him. So that's his biggest strength. So anyways, all that to say, Cam Ward, I think, will be the #1 overall pick. And then that leaves the Browns here at 2. They have the choice now between two very solid prospects, two very, you know, very top prospects. You have Abdul Carter here, which, you know, Abdul Carter, that's with Abdul Carter next to Myles Garrett would be an insane D-line. That's kind of the issue, though, is Abdul, I mean, you just paid Myles Garrett. He is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. It's kind of hard to, you know, stomach that, especially with a roster on offense that is that, you know, up and down. I don't know. It's definitely a risky pick. And this is probably the one that I go back and forth on the most, because I'm just like, which one of these two, you know, blue chip players would the Browns go for? And at the end of the day, I feel like there's just a certain level, a certain talent of player that you just can't pass up. And I think that Abdul Carter is that level, that talent of player. You know, he's got great speed, great contact balance, and bend. You know, he's got pretty much all the tools that you would want. He doesn't win always with power, but he definitely has some power, more than, you know, other smaller edge rush guys in this draft class. So I think the Browns are going to go for it, and I think they're going to go with Abdul Carter. He's really good, man. He's a really good edge, and the Browns just don't strike me as someone who would go for the kind of, you know, challenge that Travis Hunter, you know, kind of proposes for an organization. You know, it's kind of...
Wait, hello, did you hear me?
Hello? Oh my god.
Hey, yo.
What's up?
Dude, I had you on Twitch for a minute there, and then my shit just like was not loading as I had suspected. So I asked Greene to put you on my PC so I can give you the juice, but I'm here and I can listen to your analysis. So I'm very excited to hear what you have in store for us. Is my audio giving you any feedback since I'm on my way home from work right now? Would you like me to mute myself?
No, it sounds good. Sounds good. And I'd love to have some back and forth as well. I know you don't.
Please, yeah. I really don't know much.
Yeah, I know you haven't been following this one as much as like last year or something, but yeah, no, I would love to fill you in on what I know. Yeah. So how much?
I literally just popped in and I heard you talking about the Browns pick a little bit, and I'm assuming that Tennessee took Cam Ward number 1 overall.
Tennessee did take Cam Ward first overall. You know,
I see. End of an era over there, you know.
Yeah, end of the Will Levis era, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Will Levis experiment.
I was high on him for a bit. You know, I had him on one of my fantasy teams. I believed in him for a little bit, but I think it's time to call it quits. I mean, you're sitting here, you're at the very first pick in the draft. You need a quarterback desperately. You can't just hope that you're going to get another high pick again. And I talked about Cam Ward a little bit, and the strengths he has. He's almost consensus the best quarterback in the draft. Some people have Shador over him, because they just prefer his style of quarterbacking, but I don't think that's as much of the case. I think Cam is like pretty consensus the top QB. He's got the poise in the pocket. He's got arm talent. He's got arm strength. He has a little bit of scrambling ability and ability to make things happen on the go, and has some creation ability. So I think you just have to do it, man. You just have to go quarterback at this point.
For sure, yeah.
If they would have made even a single move that was involving a quarterback this offseason, I might have leaned Abdul Carter, because that would have been an insane D line. But they haven't done anything.
I heard that Tennessee wants to get like a generational talent with their first overall pick. You don't think they would go Abdul or even Travis Hunter or something?
Funny enough, I did mention that exact quote earlier in the stream whenever I was
What word?
Yeah, whenever I was talking about it, and my thought on that was, yeah, they said that, but at the same time, like, who's not gonna say that about, you know, their pick?
Right.
Who's not gonna be like, we're gonna grab an amazing dude? Because you can't be like, we're gonna grab this like all right dude, or like this pretty
We're gonna
good
do our
dude.
best with the first pick.
Or yeah, we're gonna do our best. You know, we're gonna grab this guy who's pretty good, but he's not the best player, but you know he's at a position that we need. So no, like people aren't gonna do that. So I think it's just kind of him just trying to blow smoke and, you know, throw people off. I'm not too sure, but I know that they need a quarterback, and there's no way that you run it back with Will Levis another year. You just can't at this point. You just can't.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the Titans like depth chart like for QB? Like, it can't be good. Besides Will Levis,
It's like Levis and fucking.
it's no, you wouldn't. Don't even try, bro. You would never guess. It's Will Levis, then it's Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle.
Oh my God! Wait, I was gonna say Brandon Allen. He was on the Panthers, right?
No.
Oh.
I don't know who you're thinking
Who am I
of.
thinking of?
Last
He used to be
year?
on the Panthers for a bit. And
I mean, shit. Who hasn't been on the Panthers at least for a little
I-
bit?
Fair enough.
Brandon Allen was on the Broncos in 2019 when he got drafted, and then he spent 4 seasons at the Bengals, and then was on the Niners last year.
Oh, yeah, completely different fella that I'm thinking of.
But yeah, no. So anyway, the Titans, I think they have to go with Cameron Ward.
Fair
And
enough, yeah.
I was just in the middle of explaining whenever you joined that I have the Browns going with Abdul Carter. The
Makes
biggest dilemma I have with that is that, you know, you're already paying the top edge in the NFL, and you're paying him more than any other, you know, non-QB player in the NFL. So it's kind of hard to stomach that, but like it's between Carter and Hunter. Like, those are the top two. It's just like, unless you want to do something crazy and go for like a GT or Mason Graham or something, like, I think,
or Sanders.
yeah, or Shador. I don't think Shador is that level of prospect. I don't think that like Mason Graham or GT are gonna be, you know, top 2. But I also just don't see the Browns going for someone like Travis Hunter. For some reason, it just doesn't add up to me. I guess it just doesn't make sense. It's one of those, like, purely like, it's just vibes, man. I just don't see it.
Okay.
There's just one of those.
Yeah.
There's just those picks that you have where you're like, the vibes of this player just don't match up with that organization. I just don't see. I don't see Stefanski and the Browns organization wanting to tackle the enigma of Travis Hunter and wanting to try and figure all that out.
Yeah, they've got other problems going on right now.
Yeah.
They need a slam dunk pick.
Yeah.
I see your vision. I totally understand.
Yeah. No, 100%. They need talent, and Abdul Carter is just one of those guys, man. But yeah. Now moving on to the Giants at 3. You know, you'd think after signing Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, you know, and they also brought someone in, like a third person in as well, I want to say, or maybe it's just Tommy DeVito. I think it's just Tommy DeVito. Yeah, but you still you bring in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, who, you know, why would you bring in 2 people just for them both to be your backups, you know? So that's why Shador just feels so wrong at this spot. But at the same time, you've got the Giants working out like 4 different quarterbacks right now. So it's like, what is their game plan here? Are they trying to scare people into trading up? And if they do, they not want the pick? Is that what they're doing? I don't know. I'm not projecting trades in this one because I fuck all that, especially since there's been no trades for a top pick so far this until this draft, which is this is the closest it's been to the draft where everyone still has their own pick.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
It's been like that for like a week. Where everyone just has their own pick and no one's traded anything. I'm assuming at least a couple of trades will happen on draft night, but
for sure. The Rams will probably trade out of the first round for some reason.
Have a great prospect available and just dip. But
yeah.
But if you're sticking and picking, I just don't see a world where they bring in Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston and then just draft a quarterback again. So I am going to go with that boy, Travis Hunter. I don't know what he'll play. I would imagine mostly corner because they need corner more. Do they need receiver? I mean, you got Malik Neighbors. I'm sure he would be a great addition on the offensive side as well. Or next to, Neighbors, and they could have some insane plays together, drawn up together. But the Giants need corner, and Travis Hunter's the best corner in this class. He has insane ball skills on the receiving side. He is such a athlete and has insane body control, has some of the best hands. Starting day one, he'll have some of the best hands in the league. But as a corner, he also is just locked down. He has insane speed and acceleration. He's able to keep track with the best of them. And since he has that receiver experience, he's very good at reading receivers and, being able to try and figure out what they're going to do and read those routes ahead of time. He's a bit of a gambler because of that. So, he does get burned sometimes. But he's still just an incredible corner, and he would be, the cornerback one on their depth chart. It's debatable whether he'd be the wide receiver one. He probably wouldn't. He'd probably just be a, hell of a wide receiver two. But I don't know. I'm going to let Brian Dable figure that out. And I'm just going to hope that he does play receiver because he's insanely fun to watch and he's got insane ball skills.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Travis Hunter in the NFL just to, even if he only plays a couple snaps on whatever side and then is mostly on full-time on the other side, that's cool. We haven't seen that in a long, long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, this man's the next Dion. It's insane. So, but no, I am looking forward to that, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see, not only who drafts him, but what position they read whenever they call out the name. All right, and then that leaves the Patriots picking next at 4. They're in kind of a rough spot. They're in kind of a tough spot. It's they need receiver real bad. They took a swing last year and they missed, and this is a very bad receiver class. But so there's just not a guy that you can really take right here. It just makes it kind of hard to take any of the receivers with this 4th pick. You would have said Tetairoa McMillan, but the more this draft, the more this draft process kind of gets closer to, the more this off season expands, the lower he's kind of gotten on boards. And I just don't see him being a top 5 guy. He's a great athlete, insane hands. And he's got a great catch radius. He's 6'4", 220. I see the Drake London comp a lot, but he doesn't have great burst. And and it just takes him a while to rev up. He takes a while before he like really gets into the route and is able to generate that momentum. And he's not great against press coverage either. He kind of he needs that space to like get going, and he's gonna get pressed a lot. So I just don't see him taking T-Mac. I wish I would have done more.
The Patriots seem like they would be picking trenches here,
Yeah, no, that's definitely what I'm looking at more.
That is the Patriots way.
This is believe it or not, this is like my first like actual mock draft that I've done. Like all like that I'm actually like fully doing. So I'm like figuring out as I go. And God, if Travis Hunter was here, instant pick. I think that'll be an instant pick for sure. But he's not here. So I think at this point you just get some help for your new star quarterback. You get him some support, you get him some protection, and you go with the arguably top lineman in this class, Will Campbell from LSU. Some have their gripes about him because he has short arms. That's been apparently the big thing. That's the big controversy about him. But he's very quick and he's a great mover, and he's one of the top tackles for a reason. It's just one of those things where you're so skilled at other parts of the position that it doesn't really matter if your physical traits aren't as, or like your measurables aren't as like perfect. So I got the Patriots going with Will Campbell. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they get to rub their hands together and be very excited to upgrade their defensive line with the Michigan D tackle, Mason Graham. Dude is just a dog.
Oh yeah, that'll be good for them.
Yeah, dude is just a dog. He's very quick, very fast, and he's able to convert that speed into power very easily. So he's a wrecker, man. He's a game wrecker, and I think he's gonna look great in Jacksonville. Right next to Josh Hines Allen. That'll be a great combo, great little defensive duo. Next up, we have the Raiders at 6. And, I'm just going to do it, man. I'm going to give him GT. I just have to.
Okay.
I have to do it, man. It's been a popular spot. A lot of people are saying it. They need running back. Will Johnson's a top corner. They do need corner as well, but man, when you got someone like GT, you pick them. When you get someone like GT there, you pick them.
Yeah, and that's such a Raiders pick too. Like,
it's such a Raiders
they
pick.
want the name. They want the name. They want all the power, all the flashiness that comes with a pick like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can totally see it. I can totally see it. And the Lions made picking running back high in vogue again. So
yeah, exactly.
I can absolutely see this for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, last year they did the approach of, hey, just pick the best player available, even if it's not the biggest need, and they ended up with Brock Bowers. So I'm sure they're looking at that from last year and they're going, well, shit, I mean, we did pretty great last year. Why don't we just do that again? Just pick the offensive freak that,
offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Or I guess that was technically
Travis Hunter.
Jaden Daniels. Or I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. You're
like
talking about Brock.
Year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, there was definitely a case for Brock Bowers.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
100%.
Raiders fans were making it.
One of the best, tight end rookie seasons of all time, and he did it pretty effortlessly and with like an awful team around him. And now Geno Smith's going to be here, and Pete Carroll loves to pound the rock, and there's there's no one in this class that pounds the rock better than Ashton Jeanty. You think Pete Carroll's going into this season with Zamir White as his RB1 and Alexander Madison? No. Give him GT. and that man is going to go off.
The Alexander Madison experiment is over in Las Vegas, I feel.
The worst experiment ever. I do not put me with that experiment. Seth said pounds the rock, question mark. Oh yeah. He gets right between the tackles. Oh, yeah. He just separates them real nice, and he just pounds the rock over and over again. Just wears down the defense. Wears down the
right in that hole.
Yeah. He's so great at reading holes. Right in the hole. Oh my gosh. Where are my notes about Ash and GT? Here they are. Oh.
Take him to school.
Here is the best thing about GT. It said I like that. just I like that. No, GT all around great back, you know, phenomenal. One of those, you know, Bijan Robinson level prospects coming out of college, like close to it. He's, you know, short but stocky and well built. He is quick, he's elusive. The biggest thing though is his contact balance. This man, he sheds tackles like he's Alvin Kamara. He bounces all around, because he actually said Kamara is one of his inspirations for, you know, his running style and everything. Yeah, no, he said he wanted to be a Saint. And I was like, shit, come on over, man, come on over. I will not be mad at that. Anyway, yeah, no, his contact balance and his, you know, break tackle ability. This man broke more tackles than anyone else in, you know, college football last year, like by a very large margin. He's just an all-around complete player. He knows how to get north and south. He is just that guy, you know. People try and give him the Boise State small school knock, but he did it against big schools too. Like, he did it against everyone. Like, the runs were for everyone. He did not hold back. So I think he's going to be a great, you know, running back. One of the easiest positions to kind of predict going forward is running back, and one of the easiest ones that has like the most, it like translates the easiest and the most reliably. But yeah, GT to the Raiders. I think it'll be really fun, and I'm looking forward to it, seeing what'll happen.
Oh yeah.
Next up, the Jets at pick 7. You know, a lot of people are saying Tyler Warren for the tight end here. I think that is a pretty good pick. Another top one is Harmon Mimbow. He's, you know, one of those super athletic tackles that has, you know, that's raw and has a lot of the traits and stuff. Got like a 9.9 RAS score.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's super athletic. But I'm wondering if they're gonna be scared after last year with taking Fashanu. I mean, they took a tackle last year. Let me look up the Jets depth chart.
I was gonna say, who are their offensive line contracts right now? Because I don't remember if it was the Jets, but I feel like I heard that both of their tackles might be on expiring contracts.
Well, Olufashanu was a rookie last year, so he definitely will be good.
Is he still their starter, or
he's listed as their
starter? Did he have someone ahead of them? Oh, okay. Then maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
You might be thinking of Mekhi Becton, or no, he was an Eagle. Yeah. He was an Eagle last year.
Oh, or I was. They still have AVT over there, right? But he's like a guard.
Yeah, he is a guard. Yeah, they got Vera Tucker, they got Okorafor, Joe Tippmann, John Simpson. I don't know, honestly. Yeah, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, give Fields an athletic tackle that he can run behind, and, you know. Let's do it. Let's go Mimbow. Why not? Although I do think Tyler Warren would be more fun.
For sure. But how fun would it be with who do they even have over there? Oh, Justin Fields. You just said that.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
Yeah. The Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson. It'll be like when he was on the Bears and he had Darnell Mooney. It'll be the exact same thing.
The exact same thing. All right. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers.
Damn, they're far down this list, despite being as bad of a team as they are.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how low of a pick they have, the 8th pick. And I've heard Panthers fans don't like this pick. A lot of Panthers fans want to trade out or like trade back because there's kind of like almost like a wall of talent a little bit after here. I can see them wanting to, stay in the same tier, but move back like 5 spots and be able to still get someone
pick up some extra
of that
picks.
same quality. But I'm not doing that. You're sticking and picking. And my gut is saying that they're gonna want an edge. They're gonna want someone to beef up that defense. The defense is awful.
And this draft is chock full of them.
Yeah, the defense was awful last year. It was very bad. And if you don't draft defensively, then I don't know what to tell you. You got to. And your top picks right now, your top options are Will Johnson, corner from Michigan, Jaylen Walker, the linebacker edge hybrid from Georgia, and then Shemar Stewart, the edge, huge physical edge from A&M. And the one that gives me the biggest Carolina Panther vibes is probably going to be Shemar Stewart. I don't know if that's just me being selfish and wanting Jaylen Walker for myself with the next pick.
Because I was going to say that might stir up some controversy. This pick.
Here's the thing,
some people don't like Shemar Stewart like that.
Some people don't. They really don't. But some people also don't like Jaylen Walker it's just your preference of which one do you like, because on one hand with Jaylen Walker you got this linebacker edge and you're like, is he a linebacker or is he an edge? Like, which one? Like, he's a great pass rusher, but he's not really big enough to be an edge and all this. And then on the edge you got Shemar Stewart, this 6'5", 270 guy with an RAS score of a 10 and like just an athletic freak.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he's an athletic freak by like all means. I'm not a big Shemar Stewart fan. But
what are the downfalls to his game, despite the athletic profile blows people away, of course, but what is it that gives people pause?
Like what are they not liking about him as much?
Yeah, like why is Shemar Stewart not going like top 5?
He's so much of an athlete that it seems like he doesn't really have that high of a football IQ, I guess. He just seems like he's always won based off his athleticism, so he just kind of uses that to his advantage against all these college kids, and he just keeps, trying to win like that. But at the same time, he doesn't get a ton of sacks. He got 1.5 sacks both of the past like 2 seasons. So,
oh wow!
Yeah, so he's not a big production guy. He gets a lot of pressures. That's his big thing. Is he gets pressure on the quarterback, but he just doesn't finish. He just kind of goes in there and just kind of wrecks shop, because he's just this big wrecking ball of 270 pounds that can has insane like strength and has like good speed and bend for such a big guy. Yeah, this one quote that I heard about him, it made me laugh so hard. But I think it's a good indicator of like why people don't like why some people are controversial towards him. ESPN's Mike Miller said he's like if Myles Garrett didn't know how to play football. It's
That's
like
crazy.
it's like all the athleticism and everything that you're looking for, the strength, the speed, the power, and everything, just none of the football IQ. And that is very important in the modern like game. You like you can be big and strong as much as you want, but you gotta like know what you're doing out there. And I think Shemar Stewart just kind of doesn't. He just
Mm.
he just kind of goes out there and throws his body around, and it works, but not. I don't think it'll work
The
at its
NFL level when everyone is just like you.
yeah, when everyone's also 300 to 400 pounds, like it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder to get production, and you already weren't getting production. You already only got 1.5 sacks a season. But some people really fall in love with that athleticism, and I think
Yeah.
the Panthers might be looking at this. Might be looking at it, and they might be saying, we need some athleticism in the defense. That's what we need. We need just someone to wreck shop next to Derrick Brooks. Am I saying that right? Is it Derrick Brooks?
The Panthers would be a team, a poverty franchise to be like, this is our chance to get our Myles Garrett, and then they don't develop him correctly, and kind of not even that like J.C. Horn was this generational, but like, man, I thought J.C. Horn was going to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, partly it's been because of injuries, but
yeah.
I definitely think that like, that's the kind of thing that happens to the Panthers.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And that's why I'm going with Shemar Stewart here. I think that's what I'm doing.
I can see it. I can totally see it.
And next up on the clock, number 9, I have my New Orleans Saints. Here's the thing.
You're gonna get a tackle and you're gonna like it.
Who's the guy with the mean streak here? Let's go with or yeah, how about we go with Mike Greene from Marshall? Let's go with a small school guy that did very good. No, ever since the Derek Carr news came out, all it's been is just Saints are taking a QB, Saints are taking a QB, and I don't like that. I don't want Shador, really. And I'm not a fan of any of the others below him, like Jackson Dart. Scares me. Tyler Shuck, he's one that has, potential, but he's also like 26 or something like that already.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got potential. It's over. It's over.
Yeah. His main issue was the injuries, and he didn't get a ton of playing time because of that. So, but he's got like all the tools and stuff. He's got potential, but at the end, but like, he's not a 9th overall pick, and
Right.
and I don't think that Shador really is as well. His pocket presence isn't the best. He scrambles around a lot, and he holds the ball for way too long, and he doesn't have that great of an arm. He's got good accuracy and good touch, but it's just not like he doesn't have a ton of power. And yeah, he just takes a ton of sacks, runs around forever with the ball. It's not gonna. He's not gonna be someone that I think is gonna be a day one starter, and I don't want to draft a projection right here. I'd rather get someone that I think is talented, and I'd rather get someone to beef up our defensive front 7. Everyone keeps saying we need receiver as well. We have Olave and we have Shaheed. I'm fine on receiver. We made it work with Bum Means last year and Mason Tipton. So I also see Will Johnson a lot, the Michigan corner, since we got rid of Lattimore. Hey, let Kool-Aid cook and let Alontae Taylor develop. I'm fine. Give me Jalen Walker. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, man, I really want Jalen Walker.
You are just like the Saints, picking edge.
I am.
He knows his team.
I want Jalen Walker, man. I want the guy who, he's a dog. He's a athletic freak. He's a great pass rusher, a phenomenal pass rusher. Doesn't have the best run defense, I don't care that much, honestly. If this dude's, wrecking shop and getting to the quarterback that many times, it's I feel scared using this comparison because then it feels like he's just destined to fail. But there's like shades of like Micah Parsons, where it's like he was this kind of undersized edge guy who was kind of a tweener between linebacker and edge, and then he's just a phenomenal pass rusher. Obviously, Micah Parsons is like the best at that, like ever. So it's a tough debate there, and it's a tough comparison. But I think that there's shades of that in his game, and I just want that super explosive, fast guy that can come, has an incredible bend off the side and can get a sack or two a game and could get double-digit sacks his first season. So that's what we need, man. We need an edge. We need a fast edge. We're not going to get one because we never do, but that's what I'm going with at least. Next up, pick 10. I got the Chicago Bears. This is a strange one. You got Kelvin Banks from Texas. I think that's a pretty solid pick for them. Kelvin Banks is, great talent. I think he'll be a steal at 10. They also need running back. Jeanty's gone. So I think it's a little too early to reach for someone like Amarian Hampton or, TreVeyon Henderson. So I think we just go with the playmaker. I think we go with what did they upgrade their line? Should I just give them? They did upgrade their line. They got Joe Tooney and also Drew Dalman and Jonah Jackson, Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright. I think they need another tackle. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give them Kelvin Banks. I think that'll be a good fit for them. And they need another tackle. Their line's going to be insane next year, and Ben Johnson's going to work his magic. He knows the importance of having a great line, I think that'll be fun. Tyler Warren would have been such a fun pick as well. But I mean, they have Cole Kmet, they have Roma Dunze, they got playmakers. They have pass catchers that are, weapons. And Jeanty's not there, so they can't go with running back. Or they can, but it'll be a reach. Next up, number 11, we got the San Francisco 49ers. I have not thought about this pick that much, honestly. Not much at all. But I forgot that they're even picking this early, honestly. I'm not used to seeing the Niners with a top 11 pick. They did lose Charvarius Ward, though, and I feel like Will Johnson is a top 15 worthy pick. And I'm not seeing anyone else that's really screaming. Niner to me. Derrick Harmon is someone else I'm considering. Michael Williams, also very solid. I think I'm going to go with Will Johnson. Give me Will Johnson. They could use a secondary help. And here we are with the Cowboys. No matter who they pick, it's going to be wrong. I just feel like something's going to go wrong with them. They need a wide receiver too, I believe still. I'm going to try to pick up the pace a little bit because it is late and I'm getting more tired than I thought I was going to. Yeah, I don't think they drafted anyone really to help with their wide receiver, or I don't think they signed anyone to help with that wide receiver issues. But I just don't see them reaching for someone here. You know what, actually? No. I think that's too similar to CD. He's that X receiver. No, they don't need that. Give me Michael Williams. I think that's a solid pick. This seems like, a pick that they would make. And I think Michael has some talent. I think he's, one of the more underrated rushers. Didn't have a ton of production, but he has a lot of athleticism. Cowboys love the athletic edges. And he's gained some hype this draft season, or this off season. And he's a good run stopper, and they need that real bad. All right, next up we got the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. And I don't know why Derrick Harmon seems like just such a perfect fit for them. They need the defensive tackle help. And I think he's the perfect fit. Yeah. No, that just seems like a great match. I like that one. Colts. I think you do have to. I think this is where Tyler Warren goes. I know it's following the consensus, but man, Tyler Warren is so good. Yeah, he's good, and that'll be such a fun offense with Anthony Richardson. Next up, we got the Falcons. They could use the safety help. Malaki Starks is still on the board. I would hate to give them Malaki Starks, but Excuse me. Let's see. Got Drake London, you don't need the solid X player, You could use a pass rusher. I don't think you're getting one at a great value here, unless you go for someone like JPJ, but even then the off-field issues are not great. They do love their developmental guys. I could see them making a kind of reach for someone like Kenneth Grant, the other Michigan DT, Nick Scorton, A&M. Walter Nolen might be a solid little sleeper pick as well. Let me read up my notes on Walter Nolen. Yeah, he's super athletic. Just needs a little bit of polish. I'm going Walter Nolen. Next up, we got the Cardinals, and they definitely need defense. And I think just right off the bat, Mike Greene seems like the pick here. Undersized guy, went to Marshall, small school knock, but super quick, great speed, and he got a ton of production at Marshall. I'm going with Mike Greene here. Next up, the Bengals. They're probably going to be drafting defense as well. You pretty much have to go defense at this point. I think they see Malaki Starks here, and they are like, hey, we got one of the best, DB prospects in this class. And I think that he is the next Jesse Bates for them. And I think here's where you stop the count for good old T-Mac. I think he's fallen far enough. You got rid of DK. You need someone else on the other side to kind of keep that attention away from JSN. There's no way he falls this far. I don't know why I had him falling this far, but give me T-Mac. Give me T-Mac to the Seahawks. There's no way he falls that far, but I'll have to redo it. I'll have to throw him a little higher. I just don't see, before that, I just don't see where he goes, you know? The Panthers could use a wide receiver, but they need defense more. You know, the Saints also need a wide receiver according to this, but I don't think that they go with one. The Niners, no. Cowboys, no. Dolphins, no. Cowboys are like a maybe, but I think that they should upgrade other aspects of their, you know, team before that. Whatever. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Drew is sitting next to me with his headphones in, listening to you while talking to me. Sounds good. Hi, Bree. There we go. Instead of just playing it out loud. Oh, sitting next to me with his headphones in while listening to you. Oh, while talking to me instead of... Oh. Took me a second. I didn't even realize. He's being selfish, bro. That's crazy. He doesn't want to play me out loud. He doesn't want to see me succeed, bro. Bro is gatekeeping me. That's crazy. How you gonna gatekeep my voice? Alright. Back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who could desperately use some secondary help. And I think I am between Barron and Imanwari. Imanwari does have, you know, first round pedigree. And Jade Barron, he's really shot up boards. He texted me while he was driving home from work and asked me to put you on his PC. He's a Jobey supporter. He did tell me that. I feel the love. I feel the love. Trust me. Hey, yo, chat, ban this guy. Ah, shit. Whoops. I am fucking up. Drew is a real juicer. A real juicer is crazy. Shout out though. Shout out to juicing homies, bro. We could all use a real juicer in our life. Okay, wait. I was in the middle of looking at my reports on Jade Barron versus Imanwari. Defensive backs. Here we go. Drew said hashtag rail juicer. Oh, real juicer. Hashtag real juicer. That's so real, bro. Juicing homies, man. Where the real juicers at? If you ain't juicing with me, I don't want it. It's so tough between these two. Between Imanwari and Barron. But I think Barron will be more of a nickel. Drew said keep going. I can't. Juicing homies pinned by Pharaohs. The Juice Brothers are back at it again. Juice Gang. Is that something? Juice Gang? Tell them I got the juice. That's a song. The Juice Brothers. My juice fam, my jam. Oh, my jam. Yeah, no, this is my jam, bro. You said juicy, juicy gang, juicy gang, juicy gang. That's good. That's good. Shout out Juicy Gang, bro. Hashtag Juicy Gang. Can I get a hashtag Juicy Gang in the chat? Wow. That said wow. He was so enamored by the Juicy Gang. exactly how he said it. Overstimulated with a lot of good ideas. Oh yeah, no, we're cooking. We're cooking. We're making it out with this one. That's God. Okay, I'm picking even worry. Yeah, Johnny Barron's more of a nickel than he is like a true corner, and I think they need more of an outside guy than they do a like a nickel, like slot type guy. Podcast name, shout. Oh, that's good. The Jam, the Juicy Boys, Juice a lot. Sir Juices a lot. Sir, there's something there. Sir Juicy. Sir. The Juice Boys. Juicy J. Hey, I could be Juicy J. That's a taken name, but I'll take it back. Juice Man. Juicy D. Alright, never mind, it's done. Sorry. Drew doesn't get to have Juicy D. That cannot be the nickname. That's it. That's cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Juicy D. I'm God, well, let me adjust this camera. I didn't realize how far over it was. Y'all don't need to see my desk. Juicy S. Juicy est. The juiciest. Juicy S, the juiciest. Or Juicy P. Juicy P? Oh, for sure. So I was like, why would you go with Juicy P? Juicy S. Juicy, is it I say it like that? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Seth. I didn't mean it like that. I'm so sorry. I haven't even looked at this pick. Oh, this is the pick I like. One sec. Let me click real quick. So, the Broncos need a running back. We all know this. We all know that the Broncos need a running back. But let me eliminate right here. Omarion Hampton is pretty much known as the second best running back in this class. He's like prototypical stereotype running back. You know, he's big, he's strong, he's fast, he runs just like a robot. He's gonna get those yards. The thing about Sean Payton with the Broncos, the thing that I feel very confidently about with Sean Payton and the Broncos is I think that they're gonna go for someone more like TreVeyon Henderson. You know, Henderson and Judkins, they're both Ohio State running backs. They are like, if Judkins is the David Montgomery, then TreVeyon is the Jahmyr Gibbs. You know, he's quick. He's got great pass catching ability. Let me get the measurables in here. TreVeyon's one of my favorite players from this class. Yeah, small. He's real small. 5'10", 202. But he's got great speed. He's got that third year. He's got good vision, and again, he's a great pass catcher, and he's even great at blocking. He's a great like pass protector. His biggest knock was that he doesn't break a ton of tackles, but other than that, he's like pretty great all around. And I think he is the type of running back that Sean Payton is really going to gravitate towards. So I'm going with TreVeyon to the Broncos at 20. I think they were going to get a running back. You know, maybe Hampton's gone by now anyway. So I'm going with TreVeyon here. All right. Now, time to juice my boys. Back to juicing the bros. Hashtag juice bros. Steelers at 21. Is this just where I put Shador? I think this is just where I put Shador. If they need a quarterback, if Shador is still here by pick 21, I think you have to do it. It might be a Kenny Pickett-ass pick where, you know, you're regretting it a few years from now. But you gotta go. You gotta just go for it if you're the Steelers, man. You got everything else. You need the quarterback. I'm going Shador. Next up, we have the Chargers. Chargers should go a few ways here. A lot of people want them to take, you know, a pass catcher of some sort, and I might join them because they definitely need some pass catchers over there. but there's none that are really screaming to me. Matthew Golden, maybe. I don't know. I'm just very low on Golden. He broke out late, and he reminds me a lot of A.D. Mitchell from last year, where it's, you know, he just had a really great playoffs, but then like everything else was just kind of like he just didn't really produce at the top end that you would want from a first round receiver until the playoffs. And he had a really great playoffs. Like, don't get me wrong, his playoffs were phenomenal. He was the best, you know, receiver for Texas. But I don't know. He's not that physical. He's got good speed, and he's a deep threat. He's a great deep threat, but I'm just lower on him than I think most people are. But you know, the Chargers do love themselves a good tight end, and Colston Loveland, he's a good tight end. Let me see if I can find my Colston Loveland hype. Here he is. Because Colston Loveland, he was basically just a wide receiver at Michigan. I mean, that's pretty much how he was used. He's not going to be blocking, and maybe that's you know, a reason not to take him, because you know how Harbaugh is, and he likes his players to block. That's how he builds it out, man. You're blocking first and foremost. So maybe maybe instead they go with someone who Harbaugh faced against and probably has great opinions of, and that is Emeka Egbuka. Very high on Emeka. I think he's going to be a great receiver for many years to come. I think he's a great piece next to Ladd. I'm going with it. I'm going with Emeka. I think it just makes sense. It's one of those picks that feels right. Next up, the Packers. You know, they don't need tight end. They're not looking at Loveland. Right now, Jair Alexander is still on the Packers, I believe, or he hasn't like signed anywhere else. Maybe they need an extension or something, but as of right now, he is still on the Packers. So I am gonna assume that he's gonna stay. So I'm not gonna give them Jahdae Barron. Tyler Booker feels like kind of a sleeper pick here. There's some good offensive line selections over here as well. I don't think they go receiver, especially with the way the board's fallen. I mean, maybe Matthew Golden might be fun, but I don't know. I'm not high on him. I'm not. JPJ, I just don't see him being a first rounder with all the like off the field stuff that I've heard about him. I just don't see that being a thing. What was my Nick Scorton evaluation? Let me get back to Nick Scorton. They do need a good pass rusher. They do need edge. But I think at this point he's the best edge available that you're like willing to draft. Oh, actually, Ezeraku would be good. Ezeraku would be really good. I think I'm gonna do that instead. I'm dropping down a little bit, but I think that Ezeraku would be a good fit there. I'm going Ezeraku. He's a smaller guy from Boston College, but real good moves. You know, very polished pass rusher and great speed. And you know, he doesn't have the best power, but you know, he's got good speed and he's able to, you know, hit good bends. And I think he'll be good in Green Bay. Next up, we got the Vikings, and I'm looking at Jahdae Barron here more than anything, honestly. They do need some interior offensive line. And Tyler Booker is here. Oh, they're kind of spoiled for picks right now. These are both great selections. one of the most athletic guards in the draft, and then a very athletic kind of nickel corner that I think could be, do you want your Kyle Hamilton, your Brian Branch type of player here? I mean, maybe he'll be closer to more of like a Cooper DeJean than those two, but like, still is a great prospect. I think they do need defensive help. No, their offensive line was so bad whenever he went down, whenever their tackle went down. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now, but whatever. You gotta help JJ out. I think you just go with Tyler Booker. I think you just go with the most athletic guard in the class. He's a great interior lineman, and I think he's gonna be good for them. This is another team that just needs to go offensive lineman. I mean, Josh Simmons, Gray Zabel. Gray Zabel might be the pick here. A little bit more versatility all around that line. Let me see. Yeah, he's got the versatility, and he had a great Senior Bowl. That's the issue with Simmons, it's just the injury history. Do you think they take the risk? They haven't in the past. They haven't taken the risk in the past. I think they'll go for it. Yeah. Yeah, take the Amarius Mims risk and just hope that it pays off for you. Drew. 26, that's crazy. I can't believe the Rams are picking 26th. You're kind of spoiled for picks here as well. What are if you're still listening, what are you kind of hoping for? What position is kind of speaking to you? Because you got a great linebacking choice here. Drew taking over the phone. You got a great linebacking choice here with Jihad Campbell. And then, like I said about Jahdae Barron, or Jihad Campbell, like I said about Jahdae Barron, I mean, he could be a great nickel. He also has outside versatility, but, he feels like more of a nickel guy. But he's still got good ball skills, and he's very physical, and a great tackler. I think it's between those two right now, unless you want the pass-catching tight end. I think about a few things. We need defense still. DL and DB come to mind. Okay. Yeah, I really want to give you Colston Loveland. Oh, this would be so good. This would be so fun. He's so good. Got a great route tree. But you have Devontae Adams. You'll be fine. Yeah. Do you want the, because here's the thing about Jihad Campbell. As far as like talent goes, he's like top of the class. He's one of the top in the class. He's up there, like top 5, top 10. But the issue is that he plays outside linebacker. That's the issue. I mean, he's an outside linebacker. That's just what he is. He's not great necessarily like the best like pass rusher, or anything like that. He's not going to be Jalen Walker coming off the edge. Or offense getting a type in tight end would be good. I like Colston Loveland or OL. Bro said, just give me anything, please. Bro said, just give me a player, man. I don't know, fucking line, defensive back, tight end, O-line, anything, man. No, here's the thing, but I am intrigued by this linebacker talking about. Jihad Campbell, I really fuck with Jihad Campbell. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, he is super athletic, But again, it's just a matter of like linebacker is just not the most valuable position. I will say we signed Stafford back. Okay. To boost him as much as possible. Okay, I feel like would be a boost him as much as possible. I feel like would be a good thing. To boost him as much as possible, I feel like would be a good thing. What are you saying right now? I'm trying to read you, and I'm struggling. God, that offensive line is rough to look at. Sorry, I'm high. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. Yeah, he did just sign Verse. Around a 3-4. Y'all do have the linebackers. I think, God, your offensive line is rough to look at, man. I do not like looking at it. All right, I'll let you choose then, because these top four right here, ignore Matthew Golden, but these four right here, Colston Loveland, Jade Barron, Jihad Campbell, and Gray Zabel. I mean, you got great choices here. All right, you got Higbee. So I think you can just chill out on tight end. Plus you got Adams and you got Puka. I think you got enough pass catchers. You're between Loveland and Barron. Okay. I think Barron would be good for you. Barron would be really good. Like I said, super physical. Great tackler, and he has good ball skills. I don't trust Higbee's injuries. That's fair. Y'all are really missing. How good is Late down in the class with offensive weapons? That is one thing about this class, is that like running back, of course, is very deep. So like there's a ton, you know. Shout out Caleb Johnson. Shout out, Marion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Quinshon Judkins, DJ Giddens, Scatabo. I love Tootin. A lot of people like Damian Martinez. Ollie Gordon was good at one point. Dylan Sampson. I'm surprised this is low. RJ Harvey, Devin Neal, Brashard Smith. I don't know that much about Kyle. I don't even know how to say his name. A lot of people like Jarquez Hunter, Jaden Blue, Quint Allen. And then, the receivers, the problem is that there's just not a ton of top end talent. It's not very top heavy. But like all these names right here, Trey Harris, I'm really high on. Jalen Knoll, Jalen Royals, Jaden Higgins, a lot of people are very high on as well. Both of the Iowa State guys. Kyle Williams, Jack Besh, the Stanford guy is real good. Tez Johnson has some hype. He's so light though. I don't trust it. Pat Bryant, Nick Nash was good. Isaiah Bond I'm not too high on either, but he's a name. Tight end is I don't know too much about Mason Taylor. But Harold Fannin has his group of people that love him. He's more of a third round talent. They got the receivers. Tight end feels a little. I mean, there's never really a great tight end class, but this class doesn't exactly feel great. You know what? I think I will give you Loveland. Your offensive line scares me. But Loveland just, I'm switching off the thoughts and I'm just going pure vibes. And I feel like I can see Loveland in that Sean McVay offense, and I feel like I can see him in the bone white, in the bone zone. My one thing about Loveland is I feel like we always draft the athletic wide receiver tight end guy. That's fair. That's fair. I'm like another one, will it really? I'm like, another one, will it really work out? Yeah, no, that's understandable. You know, people, it's hard to kick habits, man. I feel like Sean McVay's the same way, where it's hard to kick those habits. He likes what he does, because he does it well. I think any 4 of these picks, though, you would be very happy with. Loveland, Barron, Campbell, Zabel, I think any 4 of them at this range, I think you would be very pleased with how they turn out. But in this scenario, I'm gonna give you Loveland. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens, and you know, I feel like Jihad Campbell would go stupid here. And Jahdae Barron next. I think I don't think him and Kyle Hamilton would be the best duo next to each other. So I feel like Jihad Campbell would be. What's the Ravens? DB room looking like. Nate Wiggins. Oh, I forgot about Nate Wiggins. No, last year. Yeah, Kyle Hamilton, Jobey Drew. Yeah. I see them want to replace Trenton Simpson. You know, the Trenton Simpson experiment didn't really work out too well last year. And next to Roquan, ugh, that'd be disgusting. Yeah, I'm going Jihad. Campbell. Insane value. Yeah, that's gonna be one of those players that people are like, the Ravens did it, man. They just had this insane player. How'd we let him fall? Lions next up. This is an interesting one. I feel like they do kind of just beef up their secondary even more than they already have. You know, or maybe just get that edge piece on the other side of Hutchinson. Kenneth Grant. Their defense tackle room is pretty good. Let me check out the Lions stuff chart. I always just want to make sure I didn't miss anything from these moves that were made during the offseason. Ellie McNeil, DJ Reader, they still have both of them. Okay, great. Josh Pascal is opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Jack Campbell, Derrick Barnes, DJ Reed. Ooh, they did bring in DJ Reed. That's pretty good. Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch. Yeah, let's give him. I'm trying to think of where they need help the most, honestly. Did they lose anybody? They did lose a guard. Okay, never mind. I'm going Gray Zabel. You know, they love their guards over there, and they love their offensive line. So I'm going Gray Zabel, and I think he's going to be a great fit in that offensive line. And just beef up what is already one of the best offensive lines in football right now. Washington, defense, 100%. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think they did get Lattimore, and their secondary was pretty bad. They were out there starting St. Juiced. Oh, he left too. They had Mike Sanders still. Forgot they got him. Yeah, Jonathan Jones, Marshall Lattimore. Yeah, give me. Oh, give me. Give me the secondary help. And let's beef up that secondary. The defense is needed, but I just don't see them going with someone like Scorton. I don't think he's a first rounder. I think he's going to be like an early second rounder. The wide receiver room's good. They got Debo in the offseason, so they're probably not going to get someone here. I think Jody's a first rounder. I think if he doesn't go now, then he's not gonna. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put him there. And then next up, we got good old Buffalo Bills. And Kenneth Grant feels like a really good fit here. Kenneth Grant makes sense. They do need the defensive line help. And he's a big boy. He's got good speed. And he's athletic. 330, 6'3". Yeah. Yeah, let's give Buffalo the defensive line help. Give him Kenneth Grant. I think that'll work out real well. And now we get to the Chiefs. My peanuts be scored. Can I take this guy off? Hey, chat, ban him for 5 minutes. Seth actually did it. Thanks, chat. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's funny. Oh, God. Is he back? Okay, yeah. Remove timeout. You said it wrong. It's peanuts. What did I say? That's what I said. And by it, I mean my peanuts. My penis? Has that always been the meme? Wait, no way it's been penis this whole time. I've been saying peanuts. Straight jorking it. My peanuts. I thought it was my peanuts. No, he says peanuts. Okay, I'm not tripping. Oh, that's just what I say. Okay. Okay, cool. I thought I was going crazy there for a second. Your penis. Straight jorking it. By it, I mean my penis. Drew hit up our YouTube for some accompanying parkour. Jorking my penis with the Juice Boys. Juicing. Jorkin with the Jorkin my peanuts. And by Jorkin I mean juicing. And by my penis I mean my boys. Alright, let me lock in and get these last two picks underway. Ugh. I was just talking about Nick Scorton in a negative light, but he does kind of feel like a chief. He does, like he feels like a chief. I don't know what it is about it, but he just feels like a chief. Tyreek Williams would be a good pick here as well. But doesn't Nick Scorton just sound like a chief? Yeah, I'm going with it. They could use the help on the defensive line as well. Their edge has never really been particularly strong, and you know, Chris Jones can only do so much from the interior. So let's give him someone like Scorton who can, you know, be a good help with the pass rush and, you know, get more pressure besides just Chris Jones. And who do the Eagles get with their pick? The last pick of the first round. You know, where's the Georgia? I can't sort by. Well, maybe I just scroll down until I see Georgia. Jalen Walker's already gone. Can't get him. Hate Ratledge. I've heard he's pretty good. But Jared Wilson, also very good. Very athletic center. Very, very athletic center. My gut is saying JPJ. That's what my gut is saying, and I feel like it's gonna be JPJ. You know, really good, really explosive, great moves, very polished. Main issue is off the field stuff, but you know, Philadelphia doesn't seem to care about stuff like that. So I think that might have to be how I round out my draft. Full results. Here it is in all its beauty. We got Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter. I'm actually not gonna read it all. But I will say shout out to some certain picks. You know, shout out Jaylen Walker to the Saints. I think that'd be great. Shout out Tyler Warren to the Colts. Shout out Malaki Starks to the Bengals. That'd be sick. Along with T-Mac to the Seahawks. I think I cooked with this middle section right here. This from Malaki Starks to Emeka Egbuka, that looks brilliant. I think that's gonna be great. And then everything over here looks great as well. Honestly, picks like 7 to like 16, 15, 16. Those are where it's like, who do you take there, man? Because like, you can make a tier starting right here at 6 and just go all the way to like 32. Because there's just like, there's the top end talent, and then it's just kind of like a giant pool of like tier 2. So maybe that's why all of these picks seem better than these over here. But, you know, at the end of the day, all that matters is that you get good players, and you get players that play well on your team. Take a picture of this real quick. So yeah, that is my official mock draft from, you know, one day of doing it. Maybe I'll do a couple personal ones tomorrow and see what I can figure out. Maybe I can cook up something different that I like. Maybe you know, Shador falls to number 3, and then Travis Hunter is a Patriot, and then that kind of mixes everything up from there. You know, Will Campbell becomes a Jet. Mimbao drops to, you know, maybe further down. Like maybe Mimbao falls to the Cardinals or the Bengals. The Bengals are going defense, but anyway, I think that is gonna be my night, because I am real tired and I didn't realize it was already 10:46. So I'm definitely gonna go get some sleep now. Let me exit out. This has been on long enough. Let me switch back. Okay. Alright. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. Yeah, no, I got some transitions, man. You wanna see that? You wanna see that again? Boom. Oh. Boom. I like that. Shout out Seth. Shout out Ferus. For setting me up with this setup and getting all that set up for me. could not have done that without him. 100%. Dude, yeah, the setup is clean. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Let's see. Wait, what other ones can I show off? This is the monitor setup. Oh, that's weird. It's only showing this part. Me when I. These are good. These are good. Lip broken. All right. Thank you for joining me on this, you know, very interesting first mock draft. We'll see what happens, you know. We'll see how close I am. If I get, you know, more than I'll say 7 picks right, then I'm officially quitting my job and going into sports media immediately. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the draft. Looking forward to it. Draft is very soon. It is very, very soon. I want to say it's like, when does it start? Like next week or something? Let me look this up. Let me get an official. April 24th. Thursday, April 24th. That is next Thursday, I believe. Yep, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. A week from Thursday. We are getting there, and I am so excited. I'm so ready to see what happens. And then I'm even more ready for fantasy football. And that's going to be great. Are you off tomorrow? I am off tomorrow. So that is why I am up this late. So I'll probably be down to game at some point tomorrow. I do have to try and figure out apartment stuff, because I put in my application but haven't heard anything back yet. Except for they were asking me about my pay stubs, and it was a whole deal trying to figure that out, but I think I got it figured out, so we should be good. Let's go. Yes sir. I should be down to game though. Just let me know when you're hopping on, like when you're doing stuff. We can maybe play a game or two. So yeah, sounds good. I'm looking forward. Yes sir, me too. Alright, I'm free for whenever. Okay, bet. I'll let you know. It'd probably be like mid-afternoon whenever I'm done with the apartment stuff. I'm gonna try and get it done first thing. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank y'all for joining me on this mock draft experience. Maybe I'll do one more before the actual draft. You know, maybe I'll learn a couple things. Because I've been learning more about the prospects as opposed to like the actual like teams that are going to be taken and stuff. I've been focusing more on the prospects themselves as opposed to, you know, what teams are looking to do. So maybe I'll dive deeper into that and see what I can cook up. All right, well, thanks again for joining me, y'all. Appreciate it as always. I guess see you next stream. I'll probably be gaming or something. Probably gaming with Ferus. So we'll see. Going live myself soon. Hell yeah. I'll set up my monitor and be juicing you back. Because we're juicing, boys. We're juicing. I juice you, you juice me, bro. We're all juicing each other. It's a big juice party up in here. Alright. Good night, y'all.